All right, we've hit record. Lindsay, you look pretty today. What did you do?
Well, I did intern at a school today because the principal is out. Well, I don't know if I'd call it intern coverage. The principal's out for a few days, so we're all kind of rotating coverage. So that was an interesting day for anyone that knows what's going on in Eastern Carolina schools.
Yes.
So, I mean, it was kind of, so we're all kind of on lockdown, and we have police officers. I know, Delisha, you're probably dealing with the same thing at Nash.
Yes. That's what we were talking about.
I just told Carrie about it.
Yeah, so it's just kind of, it was a little, like the parent, it's just interesting how word spreads. So next thing you know, parents were calling the school like, oh, we heard that this school's on lockdown and then this high school. And so there's kind of, there gets to be a little bit of a frenzy and panic, but just trying to keep the parents calm, like, we're just being safe.
Have they found the person? Have they found out who did it yet?
I haven't heard anything, but I can't imagine it's too hard to find. I mean,
Yeah,
I heard that it was someone on social media.
Yeah, they can easily find out who did that.
We had a virus take down our internet at the 3 high schools last week, and they tracked it down to one person who opened the corrupt file on their email. I would assume they can find this person on social media.
Lord.
And yeah, so I mean, it feels like a Friday, but it's
Tuesday.
We got 3 days to go.
Yeah. Delisha, what was it like at Nash? Did you have lockdown and things like that?
Well, no, we just had extra security. They didn't do a lockdown.
Yeah, we had the extra security. I think it was just people that thought things weren't. We had a lot of parents come and sign their kids out, though.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a lot of parents, more from the high schools, but even at the elementary, the school I was at today, I mean, there was like a lot of kids, a steady stream of parents that came and took their kids out from school. So, yeah.
We just got a superintendent. He blogs us, and he just called for his about safety and security. So we had it as well. 2 of our schools were on lockdown all day today as well.
Wow.
But here he is. He sends out Facebook posts.
I've seen his blogs actually before.
He's like Trump.
He is. No. At least now he looks at the camera. Used to, he just looked down at, and you could see up his nostrils the whole time. So we're moving on. Can you say hey?
Hey, buddy. All the kids want to be on camera tonight.
Yes.
All right,
He's
so
writing a newspaper. Okay, go. Bye.
Task 3 was so far to me the most difficult, and I've gotten it back. I got the grade. And guys, I can honestly tell you, I still don't know, because I've looked at everybody else's example. Not one person approached it the same way.
Right. Yeah.
So if everybody's getting it okay by Dr. Stedman and nobody approached it the same way, what's the right way? Because I think I did an introduction okay, no lie, before I sent the final, I went back and rewatched the video of them, because Dr. Lamb does a great job of explaining it. Like he said, be a salesperson in the narrative before the annotated bibliography. So I did that. And then it said follow up. How did he describe prompt 2? I don't even remember, but I just know that after looking at everybody's examples, I do like that about the discussion board. We're able to look and see how other people approached it, but dang, one person did it the same. So what's the right way, and how do y'all feel about compiling it all and submitting it as the task stream here in a couple weeks? Jeez. Well,
I sent my task 3 to Dr. Ramsey as well, and someone else, and they both said it was okay to go. And I still have to revise my references on my task 3. So it's kind of, I don't know. Yeah, but I read your other, when I read other people's, I thought it was good.
Well, I thought yours was good. I don't.
Yeah.
Like once you fix that one part, I was like, oh, well, she'll be good to go now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I look at all of ours, but then I look at the other group, and I'm like, holy geez, they took a whole different. But I think that because they're probably working as a team like we are, so
Yeah.
we influence each other. But like, I don't know. And Andrea, you said something earlier on about them not being as worried about the APA, the little.
Yeah, they are
So this,
working.
well, I'm talking about like there's a difference between like you weren't close to APA and like like
Right.
you know what I mean, like. But what I found frustrating with task 3 is why are you hitting me? I am just, and I'm only saying this coming from my doctoral program, but the way that I was told to do my references and things for task 3 is not what I am accustomed to doing.
Right.
It is not what I did in task 1 nor task 2. So that's where I'm just a little concerned is, I don't want this to go to the state and then they're like, fix your APA. And then I'm like, I do. So what I did for task 3 to get it to final submission is I did it the way that I was told to do it, which is not the way that she wants the laptop, which is not the way that I'm used to doing it.
She's smart.
So, I'm struggling with that. And then, I mean, I don't know. I just see things that aren't APA, but
Right.
they're said, oh, good, submit. So that was my assumption that like, okay, they aren't, sticklers for APA,
Right.
but I don't know.
I just want it to be right.
And that's, I mean, whether I want to be at this stage of my life, but the doctoral program has forced me to be that way. Like, if you're going to do something, it has to be right, like 100% right, not 85%. Do you just want to see yourself?
Oh.
She's a sick baby. She has a double ear infection.
She's so
No.
So, other than that, though, I think all of our feedback was pretty clear. I mean, did anybody have questions other than the fact we might need to get a straight answer as to how to format?
Did everyone get the go-ahead from Dr. Stedman to submit theirs?
Yes.
I did, yes.
So does anyone else read? So does someone else read through the whole thing when we're done before we submit to TaskStream? I didn't get to listen to that one webinar.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, the way I'm with you. I think that we put it all together, and there's no, because I looked for a submit button to put it all together, and I didn't see anything.
I think they're under the assumption that if we take it by task and you got the final approval from each task, then we're just going to submit the task together. So therefore, it's
Yeah, when I talked to Dr. Ramsey, he just said basically we'll strategically cut and paste all the tasks together. And then they'll look at it and make sure that it follows the guidelines, and then we submit.
Oh, okay.
So does the annotated bibliography stay right there?
I have no idea.
Okay.
He didn't tell me that part.
All right.
Because that's where I had a problem. I was like, well, do I put references, or do I just do the annotated bibliography, or do I add this to my other references?
Well, that's what
I added my annotated bibliography to my other references.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then I looked at, because each task we've done different appendices.
Right.
And that's when because I started compiling mine to so that I wouldn't be behind, that last week. But I was like, holy crap, I got to go back through the paper and rename.
Right. So you have to go back and rename tables, figures, and appendices.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
And one of, I have a my cohort from the doctoral program is also in this program, but she's not in our class. And so I finally looked at one of her papers and I was like, why is she starting this? It was like figure 7. I was like, why is she starting with, and then it dawned on me, I was like, oh, she's keeping a running, I was like, that was very smart of her.
Yes, it was.
A running tab of her figures and tables and stuff. I did not think to do that.
I have not done that. I think
and you know what
have.
else I didn't think to do? I didn't think to start a, I'm assuming we have to have a table of content.
I was thinking that too.
And I didn't think to do that either.
Well, yeah. So at the end, do you think they're going to tell us to delete all that stuff? Because remember, they told us to keep the prompts in when we submit it.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never done any, like with the doctoral program, like we've been told day 1, by the end of the semester, you're going to have to complete the APSL and the APTEL. We're going to check the APSL on March 14th and give formative feedback, and APSL March 2nd. Good luck. And that's it. So there's no turning stuff in piecemeal. So I have no idea.
Well, I guess it is less overwhelming, though, to do it task by task. But the compilation, I think, is going to be a little confusing.
Yeah, I think the hardest part about task 3 for me was just the confusion around the literature review in the annotated bibliography and trying to figure out what, I mean, I think I got it now, but like you said, I just kept seeing it being done in different ways.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of, well, and also we had a meeting, and I think, Ella, you have Dr. Ramsey too. We had a little webinar Zoom with Dr. Ramsey, and it involved other people, and other people were confused too.
We've submitted until then they tell us again, make these revisions to get it all together.
Yeah.
Well, if we are going to talk about task 4, prompt 2 is what I am a little confused about. So that's pretty much when you've had your meeting or during your meeting, those points that you need to talk about. And I haven't had my meeting.
Yeah, I haven't had mine.
And I mean, I've sent an email about the meeting. And I've sent an email about internship hours, and I've gotten a reply about internship hours, but not about the meeting. So I just don't know what to do for that part, because we have to submit this on Sunday, right? Well, it's just a draft, so I guess that gives us another week to get it done.
Yeah, I think if you were to put in there what you're going to submit, you know what I mean? Like if you did a PowerPoint or whatever way you're going to present it, and do it, you can put in the meeting minutes or whatever.
Yeah, but that still doesn't address that prompt 2. Like, so I'm just like, I don't know. Because prompt 2 is supposed to be the discussion.
Oh, okay, the discussion.
Behind, there are like 5 things or so that is supposed to lead the discussion. So this is like during or after the presentation, from how I read it, is when you would answer prompt 2.
Okay.
And I'm just like, well, if I haven't had
share my screen so we can look at it. Here we go. All right.
So when I started doing a little bit of research on like the task, I started looking at more like school improvement plans and how those would be written. And then I started feeling like mine just didn't really look like, it said it's supposed to be like a concise visual presentation. And when I started doing mine, it looked more like a narrative essay that the principal would have to read. You know what I mean?
Right.
So then the graphic organizer, it just doesn't seem, it felt like I was missing things and stuff.
Are you talking about prompt 4? I mean,
yeah.
task 4?
That one, if you go up to, there's a graphic organizer.
Yeah. Oh, that part.
If you go up, I started doing the other one.
Yeah. So when I do action plans, I always do the other one.
That one.
Okay, that's the one I started doing.
This one.
So that right there
Yeah.
is the same stuff that's highlighted in yellow above.
Okay. This one.
Oh.
Yeah. All of that is already in. What?
So you just put it in the chart format.
So what I don't know what I was going to do, because I know they like for you to keep that stuff in yellow, but essentially I would have had my introduction paragraph or whatever, then my table or the actual action plan, and then discuss each part of it, which essentially is the stuff in yellow. So I think what I'm going to do, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to take out the stuff in yellow and just write like 2 pages or whatever about the actual table,
Right.
or just keep what's in yellow and then just write like a paragraph about each thing referencing the table. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that does.
Because that's another thing, like with APA, I'm sorry, y'all, like I'm doing a million and one things. With APA, whenever you have a table or a figure, you have to write about it underneath.
Yeah.
And, you know, so that's why I'm like, I just don't know how picky they are, like with APA format. Like you just can't, how they have it right now, where you have the yellow above and then the chart, it would imply that there wouldn't be any narrative underneath, and that's not APA. So I don't know.
Right. Well, I will tell you the way we're going to do it this week. I know I had put in the text that we were going to meet with the SLT, but my principal has gone home sick for I don't know how many days. So the PLC is going to get together and discuss this stuff down here. And then one of 2 things is going to happen, because it all depends on what type of administration you guys have. But my administrator wants you to come to the table with this plan, literally.
Yeah.
And then she'll critique it or shut it down or what have you. But either I'm going to meet with her, and then, because she came back and said she didn't want me to present it to the SLT until she had presented it, until I had presented it to her.
Right, yeah.
Because she was like, I don't want you to present something that we're not going to put into effect. So she said if she happens to still be out, because she just also lost her mother. And I think she got sick because, you know, she's been under so much stress. But
yeah,
the PLC is going to get together. We're going to discuss what we think are the answers for prompt 2. And then either I'm going to meet with her, or she told me, like, sometimes I'll create videos, like we call them video meetings. And really, it's just me for our career technical ed department. It's me discussing what needed to trickle down. And they, you know, that each person in the department has to sign off that they watched it. So she wants me to just send her a video, I think, of me explaining my answers. And then she said she would either write something up or discuss it with me in person. So I don't know.
I was also wondering if it would be okay if I could meet with like a member of the admin team and present this, like, you know what I mean? And,
right.
You know, I think that might be more feasible for me in the time frame in which this needs to be done, since my principal is just like refusing to get back to me. And even in the email about the internship hours, when he responded, I said, thanks for responding, but don't forget, you know, I sent you an email yesterday about the action plan, and like still no response. So
yeah, that would frustrate me. I think any person on the admin team. Yeah. You all right, Ella?
Sorry, I'm like fighting a cold or something. I don't know. It comes and goes. Like I'll be okay for a little bit, and then all of a sudden I'll start coughing again. So
yeah,
but you know, I can't be sick because I got to do all this stuff.
I know.
And
so Lisa and I were talking about that. We're so tired.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
And then we have all this stuff to present at school, and I have a mentor-mentee meeting in the morning that I have to lead, and I just sort of got thrown into that. So it's like whatever. I'll just keep coughing and eating cough drops. So.
Right. Well, did y'all have any more questions?
Do we know, are they going to go over prompt 1 and 2 again for task 4 tonight, or are they just moving on to task 5? Have they said?
They haven't said, but they are quite good at repeating themselves.
Yeah.
So,
even though they sort of scare me, I'm afraid to like ask a question on there. I asked one question one time and they're
what they do, shut it down?
yeah, pretty much. So I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure they'll revisit task 4 because they really didn't talk about it a lot last week.
That's what I have a feeling they're going to revisit that too.
Okay.
Yeah. Since it's due this Sunday.
I have a question. In task stream, were we supposed to do that self?
Yes.
Oh.
I know it.
Hold on and I'll get there. Oh my gosh. Don't go. Please.
What
Yeah, I
was
know.
the test stream? Self what?
I don't know what it's called, but it's where you rate yourself on different things.
All right.
It's not hard to do. I think I did that, but that's the only thing that we're supposed to do, right? We don't do anything with a competency folio.
No.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So when I sign in to task stream, can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Click on your class. And since I've already done mine, I'm going to come into this one so y'all can see. I just won't hit submit. But if you click on, it's just literally you evaluating yourself every semester. So the directions you see, please complete the form located above. It's not really located above, but if you click
So
on.
we need to do this before the semester is over?
Yes. And my biggest question, which here it doesn't have the boxes. See, all you have to do is indicate whether you feel like in the learner development area. And the site lady that came to visit me, because she sat down, she wanted to make sure I did it like right after we met. So she was real good with that.
Yeah, Mr. Ramsey was kind of like that too, but I didn't do it right after.
Yeah, I wrote it down and then I forgot.
Well, she said just to make sure you are not in your teacher mind frame, that you're answering this from an administrative, how you are right now. So it's okay if you're in the needs improvement. You know what I mean? Don't think about this stuff as if you're a teacher. Learning environments, learning differences, content knowledge, application of knowledge, assessment. But, I mean, a lot of it's confusing. It sounds like I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
So when do we submit it?
You could do it right now. I already did mine.
I did mine as well.
Yeah, I'm going to hit mine cancel because, look, now I can go into mine that's under 601. And once you do it, and I click on scores, it just says meets requirements for that.
Mm-hmm.
So
We're going to go
the only thing,
the app. So what I'll find it. I'll find it.
Has everyone worked in task stream before?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No?
Alicia said no? Okay.
Okay, so the only thing with task stream, whatever it's called. The good thing about it is if you submit something and it's not ready, they can send it back to you and you can fix it. But the only thing is you have to check your email because it goes to your Gardner Web email. So when you submit something, or TaskStream will tell you what after you've submitted something, whether it's been graded or like when it's been graded. So when you submit something, you just want to make sure like a couple days after you check your Gardner Web email to see like if you have a score for it or if they've sent it back, because sometimes you could think, oh, I submitted it, it's good, and then you like not check up on it, but it's sitting there waiting for you like with correction or needing corrections. Does that make sense? So you just want to make sure.
So when I go in, I just go into like the general information and just go into Absol.
Yeah, and look right here. You're going to click on the class name.
Okay.
Then it's going to pop up this is our class this semester.
Okay.
This right here, School of Ed Dispositions. Click on that, and it's going to say what the other one said, do this form. But right now, I'd already done it.
Okay.
See, because now it says you cannot add content because work has been submitted. But for you, this is what it'll look like. I'll click on next semester's. So you click on complete this form.
Gotcha.
And seriously, all you have to do is just click a few buttons, meaning do your self-assessment.
So for this one, there aren't any comments.
No, that's what there were comments for the one for this semester.
For the first one.
And so then we just go to save draft and that's it?
No, save and return.
Save and return.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but you want to make sure you can't see it because Carrie's already did her original one and she's not ready to do this one. But after you hit save and return, you have to hit submit, I think twice. And it's easy to forget to hit submit. And there's like a little thing like telling you to do this or whatever to make sure that you submit it. But it's very easy to miss. So make sure that you submit it, hit submit twice, I believe.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Twice?
Yeah, that is correct. And then once it's evaluated, you'll see notice.
That is locked.
Yeah.
And it says evaluate.
That you can look at your comments, which there are none for this, but I'm thinking when we do the APSL, they're probably going to give us some feedback in a couple weeks because that's where we will submit that one. And then you can go under your scores and reports. Now, this is where, you know how we have to submit a screenshot of the evaluation of our APSL?
No.
Okay, once we submit our APSL in a couple of weeks, once it comes back graded, we are going to have to click on the score and results part. Because if it's a 3 or above, we just simply do a screenshot and submit that in. It's one of the Dropbox, assignment Dropbox things. But if it comes in below a 3, then they've not really discussed that other than we do need to go back and fix what needs to be fixed.
I think they're gonna you will receive feedback if it's below a 3.
Yes. Yeah, because we're going to need to fix it. I mean.
Well, yeah.
Is everybody good with this part?
I feel like we're doing our own Zoom meeting for. We don't need to get on at 7 tonight.
Yes.
They're probably going to say the same thing that you all are saying.
I know. Well, I will tell you, I missed Thursdays because I just wasn't feeling well. And literally, I've gone back and watched part of it, but it was Dr. Lamb is going over the task stream. So if you guys go back and watch that Zoom, like I said, I haven't finished it because sometimes it's a lot to listen to them talk for an hour. And I know we're recording, but I don't know.
You guys, when I go into my task stream, I don't see anything to complete, like a first assignment or anything.
Do you see the School of Ed dispositions under Mails 601?
You don't see your page didn't look like Carrie's?
I mean, it looks like that, but what are we supposed to complete first?
The School of Ed dispositions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
This right here. But I'll go back so I'm on that front screen here.
Is the AP APTL, is that going to be about more like teacher evaluation type things, or
the APTL? I looked at that today. Oh, where'd I go? My cat is being a pain. I looked at the APTL today, and it is about like best strategies for teacher leadership and growth. So we're going to end up creating like a checklist.
Professional development, like.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely want some more clarification on that. I was looking at it because I was trying to see if I could like work ahead a little bit, only because if things go well with, my dissertation, I'll have like a little break, but then I'll be like moving fast paced with that, within the next 3 to 4 weeks or whatever. So I was just trying to look ahead to see what can be done with that. So that was a little confusing to me too, because we have to look for best strategies for like promoting teacher development and growth and leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of like, huh? Okay.
I'm just kind of ready to move on from the PLC.
Oh, no,
and I'll tell you why. Because, even just, and this is just real life, but like we have some new folks coming in from upper leadership, and they have given our schools a PLC form that they have to use, and there's some things coming down the pipeline that are starting, you know what I mean, that are taking precedence. So it's just kind of been interesting. Like I'm ready to move on from this PLC task.
Same.
Well, for the AppTel, you still have a committee. You always have like a committee.
Yeah.
So I'm just using my same people.
Are you? See, I think I need to find a new group and not in a bad way. Like I love the group, but like I don't know if me forcing my schoolwork on them is the appropriate time to be doing things right now, because there's so many things that they have to be doing because it's a group of 30.
Merritt, can you knock it off?
We're gonna get the screen.
Stop.
And can I get the baby in the screen?
No, please. Stop. Stop.
By yourself is write the entire paper.
Yeah.
But everything is collaborative. And it's looking like the same thing for this program. So
Is it now, Andre, is your doctorate, are you doing your admin license as part of your doctorate, or do you have to take additional classes?
Well, so yeah, both, yes and no. I obviously have to take like this class, which I wouldn't have to take with the doctorate program, but we are exempt from the last class for the admin program. What is it? 60, I don't know, 6 whatever.
5 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but we're not exempt from the work. So we still have to complete the work, but we just don't have to take the class.
Okay. That's interesting.
Alicia, how you doing, buddy?
Hey.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm just looking over my tasks, the papers and stuff. Like.
All right, guys. I'm gonna stop recording. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. And I'll send the link out. But if y'all want to keep talking, we can. I don't care.